G'day guys, what's going on? Supercoach here, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be going over my round 6 review. I scored 2,079, managed to go up the ranks 3,005 spots, which is also another surprise, and actually won a couple league games, but you know, a bloody stinker of a week for me. Go over my side, so yeah, we traded in Took. I don't even know what I was thinking at this point. I was actually working on Sunday, so I was working till like 5 o'clock, I believe, or 5:30. But yeah, didn't know the Gold Coast game started at 4:40, so bit of a stitch up really. I was still working, and yeah, I should have took Laird's VC. I don't know what I was thinking. Something was going wrong in my head, but yeah, obviously I was like, oh yeah, I'll just take Miller's score. You know, he's got North Melbourne. He usually scores well against them. You know, he hasn't gone under 100 all the season. So, you know, we'll just push our luck. And, you know, what happened? We got absolutely effed over, which was a massive stitch up. He wasn't even playing good anyway. Like, I think he was on about 40 in the second quarter or something. And then obviously did his knee, which is a massive stitch up. There's a trade blown from us on him. But yeah, I don't think I could have actually loopholed anyway, unless I did it earlier in the day. But yeah, as I said, I was working, so it was hard for me to find time to put the loophole on. I think it was Constable would have been my loophole. But yeah, as I said, it was hard to do the loop during work. But yeah, it is what it is. We were also going to try and loop Davey, but bloody Collingwood and Essendon hadn't released the teams yet, so I wasn't sure if he was going to play. He did end up playing, so lucky I didn't go that option. But yeah, if I did, I would have got 4 more points than Took, so I would have been better off anyway. But just an absolute joke at this point. Quite embarrassing for me, really, that I'm recording this. But anyway, yeah, I guess it's just about the journey and how we can go from here on in. But we'll go over the side. So I had Dawson, had a poor week from him. He's quite expensive now, which is good that we still have him. Who'd they even have? They had the Hawks, I think. Don't know if he got any attention. I was working, so yeah, didn't really get to watch that game too closely, which was unfortunate. Dacos, watched him play. Absolutely great from him. Probably need to start putting the C on him. He's in killer form, which is great. And then Zeeble surprisingly scored well with Hall back, so that's good. Going to hold on to him. Still someone you could probably look at bringing in if you don't have him. Still got a break even of 51, so yeah, still going to make a fair bit of cash. And even if he does starts to score badly, we can trade him out. But I doubt he'll be getting traded out of my side. I've got bigger issues. And yeah, Sheasel. Yeah, as I said, I didn't really get to watch this game too closely, but hopefully he comes good. I feel like if you're going to trade him out now, it might be a bit silly, but we'll give him another week. I didn't watch the game closely, but I think he might have got a bit of attention, but I'm not too sure. Just a poor week, basically, from him, but he's been great. So we'll give him another week, see how he goes against the Ds. But yeah, first game under 100, so yeah, we'll just hold him for another week, see how he goes. Then McKenna, wasn't the greatest from him, but I feel like he can bounce back, get at least a 70 this week. Yeah, so Daniel Rich is back, obviously, so he's been taking a fair bit of the kick-ins. And then we had Cowan. So I was actually looping Cowan, surprisingly, with Wilmot. And I'm like, oh yeah, Wilmot got 39, so I'll just field Cowan. Surely he can get a 50. I think he was on about 30 in the first quarter or something. So I'm like, oh, yes, I've really done well here. And then, you know what, he's scored a 35, really gave us the finger there. Bloody stitch up. But, yeah, we can't be fielding him anymore. He's bloody no good for Supercoach. And then Wilmot got 39, which is annoying as well. Constable, hopefully he can come back eventually, but doubt he'll come back. Maybe he's a chance if Miller's out. Which he's going to be out for a fair chunk of the season, so hopefully he can come back. And then, yeah, Bonte went absolutely ballistic, 182, absolutely spewing. I didn't have the VC on him. But yeah, definitely one to put the VC on this week, I'd say. I think they've got the Hawks, I believe. Yep. So yeah, definitely want to chuck the VC on him this week. I'd say he'll go massive again. And then Laird, yeah, 126, absolutely spewing. I didn't take the VC. But yeah, I just wasn't in the right mindset for Supercoach on Sunday, so a bit of a stitch up. And then Miller, yeah, we've got to get rid of him. No idea when he's going to come back. I think we've cursed him here, but yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is. Hard to predict these things, but yeah, we're just going to have to cop that. Definitely going to have to use a boost trade this week. And then Cogs, he really bounced back, which was good to see from him. Setterfield, I thought he was going to score a bit higher than what he did. Might have to get rid of him this week just to make up on points, I'd say. Yeah, and then we got Hopper, not too bad. What's his break even? 39, still a couple of price rises left in him, so we'll hold on to him. And yeah, Ashcroft is scoring well as well, which is good. Hopefully he can go up a bit more before we decide to trade him out. And then Roberts, so I actually went to this game. First of all, it was a bit of a surprise that the Cats actually smashed them. Thought it was going to be a close game, but yeah, I didn't even notice him going down. Maybe I had like too many beers or something to notice, but didn't really notice much of Roberts, and I actually went to the game, so don't know what happened to him. But anyway, Green will be back this week. We'll bring him onto the field. And then, yeah, Johnson, we traded in Johnson because, you know, he scored, what did he score last week? Something like a 60 or something. So we were like, oh, yeah, we'll bring him in. He's actually going to make some money this week, so we'll bring him in. But, yeah, he scored crap as well, which is no good. So now we're in a bit of trouble in the midfield in terms of rookies. So we'll probably have to bring some forwards into the midfield this week just to like cover the ground and the points anyway. And then Sean Darcy, he scored great. I think he outscored English just, but yeah, we obviously need English in our side somehow, but just looks like we can't get him in at this point, unfortunately. But yeah, who have they got? They got Brisbane this week, so hopefully he can go pretty good again. And then Marshall, yeah, he scored 88. He's really frustrating to own at this point, but yeah, most people have Marshall. Can't really do much about owning him at this point. Hopefully he can bounce back against Port. I feel like he could get like a 125 plus this week, hopefully. Then Dunkley wasn't the worst, wasn't the greatest, but yeah, we'll just hold on to him. Everyone's got him. Taranto went really well as well, which is great. 144. Did not expect that from him in a losing game. I think he just scored pretty well when Richmond were up at the start of the game. But yeah, that's all right. Finally pumping out some great scores. Rosie, he won the medal for the Port game, so that was great. Probably should be scoring a bit more from him, but yeah, we love to see a 126 from him, which is great. Then Goulden, yeah, I was at the game, but I didn't even really notice Goulden playing on Hawkins, but I think, you know, that was when they were down the other end of the ground that was getting built, so couldn't really see. I think my vision's gone pretty bad. But yeah, he was playing on Hawkins for a bit, so that's a bit of a joke. Should definitely bounce back this week against GWS. Don't want to trade him out just yet. What's his past scores? He's got a couple decent scores there. Yeah, and Chandler, he played really good, which is great, so still a bit of cash gen to be made on him. Probably won't be trading out him until like next week or the week after. And then Van Rooyen got an 80, which I think he was on about like 18 three-quarter time, and then finally bounced back, kicked like 3 goals, I think it was. So that was great to watch. So yeah, he's still got a fair bit of money to be made. And yeah, I was really fuming because I was trying to get Ferg Green's loophole score. But yeah, Van Rooyen came in clutch, which was lucky. Yeah, I thought I was going to be able to get Ferg Green score and Davey wouldn't play, but he ended up playing. So yeah, that was lucky that he scored 80 and outscored them both. So pretty clutch there. So yeah, now we'll go over my trades. So I was thinking I'll probably have to go with value here because, you know, I'm a couple trades down. I've still got 26 trades, but still need to get as much value in my side as I can. As much as I want to get in Clayton Oliver against North Melbourne. I don't think it'll be the smart thing to do, just because he's still quite expensive. Like, he's got a 171 break even, and like, I don't want to say that he's not going to get that, but I think we'll just hold it, like, off getting him in for another week and try and hope that he does go down in price a bit more, because I still don't want to spend that kind of money on him, especially when I've had Took go down. So it's a bit of a joke, really. But yeah, last game he did go 178 against North, which is higher than his break even. So yeah, it's a bit of a risk not going with him, but I feel like I'm just going to have to blow up the side at this point and just do something ridiculous, because yeah, I'm in a bit of a sticky situation here now. I've got Took in my side and I've had him as my captain, so dropped a fair bit in points, which is really annoying. I'm going to have to make up somehow. And yeah, I think I might have to get rid of Setterfield as well, even though I do get the slight feeling that he might actually play well against the Cats. But yeah, his break even is, what, like 88? Feel like he could go 100 this week against the Cats. Past scores say otherwise, but just get the feeling, he could really go quite well against the Cats. Got the older midfield. Don't know how he'd go. Maybe he tags someone, but yeah, I think he was tagging Oliver the other week. But we gave him another week and he got 76. Not the greatest. But yeah, just on Oliver as well. Was watching the game. He didn't seem like he was playing that well, and he still managed to score 98, which is a bit of a shock. But yeah, even when Oliver doesn't look that great, he still manages to like nearly turn up every game. So definitely want to get him in. And if he's got North Melbourne this week and he's playing well, he's definitely set for a 150 score plus. So yeah, it's a bit annoying. We're just going to have to push our luck and hope that he doesn't go too good, and hope he actually does drop in price for next week, and then we can try and bring him in then. But yeah, so I'll probably get rid of Took, obviously, and then we'll get rid of Setterfield as well. Might have to swing like Goulden into the midfield, because I do not want to field Johnson or Roberts. Well, Roberts will probably be out. But yeah, we'll get rid of Setterfield, go early on him. I guess he could make a little bit more cash. But yeah, it is what it is. And then we'll just bring in, get rid of Wilmot as well. He could potentially make a bit more cash as well, but I feel like I'd rather have McKenna than Wilmot at this point. I feel like McKenna is more of a chance of scoring 70 than Wilmot. But yeah, it is what it is. We'll swing Sheasel into the midfield, to the forward line. So yeah, that leaves us with what? So we're using a boost trade here. So I'm thinking about, I could go something like an Oliver, and bring in potentially like a Sinclair. Oh wait, no, I can't. So originally I was thinking about going like Sinclair, maybe someone left of field like a Sam Walsh. He's been going great. And then I could also bring in a Seamus Mitchell, is it? He scored pretty well. I think we'll bring in Mitchell anyway. I could do something like this, but doesn't leave me with the most amount of cash. I think it is essential for me to bring in another midfielder, because I'm actually quite weak in the midfield at this point. I could go, someone else like Nick Haynes or someone, free up a bit of cash, but at that point, probably worth getting in Will Day over Nick Haynes. Because, who went down? It was Taylor went down, and Nick Haynes went pretty good, but probably won't bring him in. I think Will Day's better value than him anyway, around the same price. Could do something like this as well, free up the cash. But yeah, I think the main thing for me is I want to have another midfielder just for cover, because my midfield is looking pretty weak, because I've got heaps of forwards in the midfield at the moment. So I'll probably just go something a bit more left of field again. I think I'm going to take the risk, and I'll probably bring in Jordan De Goey. He's got a 110 average, 111 average, which is still pretty nice. yeah, so we'll bring in De Goey, stuff it. Why not? We'll bring him in. Looks pretty good. At this point, it still looks like Dacos was going to outscore him every game, but I think he's a good chance of being an M8 for me. Could average, 115 hopefully. And yeah, then we could bring in like a Sinclair if we wanted to, which wouldn't be the worst thing. But yeah, I think I'm going to go for the value and get Will Day in. Where do you go? Yeah, 454k. Still a fair chance of scoring pretty well. And that will leave me with 178k in the bank. So I think I might do this, something a bit different. Why not? I'm going to have to try and catch up on points here. So do this instead. As much as I want to get in Oliver, I feel like this is the way to go. Because then I'll have like 178k. Might have to trade out like a McKenna next week. And then I could probably bring in another defender. But yeah, I think I'll go with this. Probably put the C on Laird. Surely they'll give Dacos a bloody tag this week. He's just been in unbelievable form. But yeah, Dacos could be another guy that we put the C on. But I feel like, he might cop a bit of attention after just going ballistic again this week. So might put the captain on Laird at this point. I don't think Dawson plays the greatest against them from history, but Dawson's he's been in pretty good form as well. But yeah, definitely have the VC on Bontempelli against Hawthorn. He should go absolutely nuts. Yeah, he's going to go up heaps in price, so we'll do that. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking at the moment anyway. And then we've got the 178k in the bank for next week to get another premium in. So yeah, is Will Day a premium? Not sure, but I feel like he could be, someone to bring in. But we're not too far off Sinclair, I guess. But I feel like I really need the money at this point just to fix my team up. And yeah, hopefully we can get Oliver in next week for someone like Chandler and Van Rooyen maybe. But yeah, I think Van Rooyen probably hold on to him for a bit longer. Still has a negative break even. But yeah, I think we'll field Chandler and Van Rooyen. They've got North, so they should be a good chance to score 80 again. Van Rooyen, yeah, he's got a bloody good kick on him actually, so I'm a bit surprised about that. So yeah, great watching him play. Should kick a couple against North, so definitely want to put him on my field. But yeah, that's about it for the video anyway. I'm just trying to think. We could probably do a couple of loopholes. Don't really want to do a loophole on the midfield. No point in that. Unfortunately, can't do it in the forward line, which would be ideal to have a loophole going there. I guess we could do it, but oh no, not really. Sydney place before, like Hawthorn and Melbourne, so can't really do that. It's a bit of a stitch up. We could do it in defence with Constable, I guess. Yeah, wait and see. I doubt Cowan's going to go big this week, but yeah, that'll be my side, I'd say. Just something a bit left of field. Have to go in as a bit of a pod. And Will Day, hopefully his durability can last and stack up for the rest of the season. He seems to be in good form. He's got a fair bit of cash gen left in him as well. Like, if it does go sour, he still will make a fair bit of cash, and we can hopefully just swing him to a primo. But yeah, he's had some good scores in here. So yeah, they do have the Bulldogs, so I hope he scores well. But I think this will be the logical thing to do for me, just to get as much points on the field as I can, and yeah, be in the right stead for next week to get another premium in. But yeah, see how the league is going. So yeah, somehow I bet Bills Cats, which is a bit of a surprise. Just go over the league. Who's on top? Shane's on top. He's going great. What did he score? Got a fair few points there. So I'm in the top 8. So yeah, shout out to all these boys. going well. Yeah, not too bad. We've dropped a bit in the ranks this week, probably because of my score, but anyway, it is what it is. Hopefully you guys went great this week, and you know, we can only pray that we go better this week. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.